It is like no other acting job.
You do need a certain chutzpah to step up every morning and confront this monster.
With this new Bond, being that it's its 40th anniversary, there's some new things never before seen.
I think every man and woman who worked on this film said this was the toughest film that they'd worked on, just because the whole scope of it.
You want to find out what everybody else did and try and bring something new to the game and not fall into any sort of set cliches.
I'm getting letters from people all the time, you know, Bond fans, and that's another of the huge responsibilities that you want to live up to.
We do always go back to Fleming. I mean, the James Bond character is so complex.
You can go and hide in your trailer if you want to and let the other guys set up the shot and then come out and do the shot, but I really don't think that's the way to make a Bond picture.
I think Piahi Jaws Maui is the pinnacle of big wave surfing. And it's only natural that they come here and pick Jaws because it's the most dangerous, biggest barrel in the world. And that just fits their script fantastically.
Jaws is a dangerous spot, you know. It can be extremely dangerous, but it's so dependent upon how the wave is breaking. I mean, a few feet underwater can make all the difference in the world. You can either get a free ride back up to the surface because you get in a pocket where the water's going up, or if you're a few feet to the wrong side, you can get in a current that's going down and you might not see the surface for a long time.
I was fortunate enough to be approached for this Bond project.
When you look for the best surfers in the world, you usually find them, you know, the fraternity knows who they are.
They want to do a segment for the film with big wave riding, and my friends and I actually kind of revolutionized big wave riding. We discovered a technique where we use jet skis to actually tow us onto the wave, and that allowed us to ride the biggest waves ever ridden.
We had them over for meetings and we made sure that they knew everything that was going on. We wardrobe fittings, how the night vision goggles would fit to vent so the water would come out and not restrict their vision, how we would attach rubber guns to a wetsuit that was designed and made for the shoot, which is a camouflage wetsuit. Then we had storyboards which they had to kind of meticulously follow, and then we left it to them to kind of realize those elements of it.
In terms of filming, you know, the waves are huge. You've got spray coming off the waves. Waves are so big they block your view of what's coming next. And you come over a swell and all of a sudden there's a giant wave with the guys on it doing their thing. So you really have to be on your toes.
It's not so much about putting yourself in a bad situation. It's more about using the camera to make it look like you're in a more serious position. Looking at the storyboards, I see like a wish list of images that they want to take place. And I think us as cameramen just need to use our instincts to do what we already know how to do and think of those images that have to be created from it. It's like part documentary and part feature film because you can't control really what they're going to do. You just have to use your camera work to get those images that the director hopefully wants to, you know, put in his movie.
We'll try to get as close to the most critical part of the wave as we can, which is the bowl section, I think, is the most spectacular part of the wave. So we'll be right on the edge of it, really in a relatively safe situation, but it's a real thrill. We have 2 cameras in the water. I'll be on a jet ski and Sunny will be in the jet boat, and we'll have another camera in the helicopter. So each angle is a very dynamic angle.
We have a lot of technology that we're applying with the jet boat and the gyro stabilizer, and I'm going to be trying to get more tight stuff, like using the lens and the gyro stabilization to get us some smooth shots. The camera's housed in like a waterproof bag. There's still a lot of valuable equipment. It would definitely be in the water if it went over.
Pretty difficult, huh, for launch?
It's all timing.
I think if the guy's down, you know, forget about the shot. I mean, if he's in a bad way, we're going in. We're not going to wait for anything. And really, you only have 20 seconds between waves, so you really can't wait. You know, when a guy goes down, he spends between 12 and 15 seconds underwater, and 15 seconds is a long hold down. That means that when he gets up, there's only 5 seconds for you to get him before the next wave comes.
You never see 3 guys on a wave out there, never. So the reason they don't do that is because there's not as much room for the surfer to maneuver.
The costumes they make it more difficult. They restrict your peripheral vision, which makes it hard to see the other surfers. You can kind of see what's going on the wave, but you know the other 2 guys are there, but you don't know where they are exactly. So it kind of restricts the movements that you can do surfing.
The pilot's able to put us close enough to get wet from the spray. I come on the jobs like this and there's so much enthusiasm, and it's like riding a wave. You're picked up and you just get so jacked up and so excited. It truly pushes everybody to the limits. It pushes the surfers, it pushes the photographers, it pushes the safety people.
We did a couple wipeouts, you know, where we'd run along the lip line and just lift into the air, and we'd be thrown into the abyss with all this white water.
Surfers don't like to fall off waves, and we had to have, you know, the story has to have two guys falling off and 1 guy making it, and it was very difficult to get the guys to fall off these waves, not only because it's really dangerous, but because they don't like to do it. They're not conditioned to do it. It's not in their bloodstream, if you will.
We may have been going out knowing we were shooting a motion picture, but our instincts took over. It was surfing. They were doing it in those costumes, and it was our obligation to visualize the shots we had to accomplish and accomplish them.
It's a religious experience to be in the presence of the power of these waves. On Earth, it's one of the few times that you can really see the power of God.
We've achieved part of the opening sequence of the 20th James Bond film, and it looks fantastic, then, and people are going to come out of the theatre and say, wow, we've achieved something.